Hello everyone, so in this video we're going to be looking at searching through an array using Java. So let's have a look. So I've set up my project already and I've set up the class and I've imported the scanner and set up my scanner as a user input or a variable called user input just to save some time. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is just set up my array quickly. So it's going to be an array of integers. Remember, open close brackets to show that it is an array. And I'll call it numbers, and we'll just make it equal to, and I'm going to fill the array here, so some random numbers, doesn't really matter what order or what numbers they are, okay, or for that matter how long they are. So now I have my array. So now I'm going to have a system out just to ask the user to input the number that they're looking for. And then I'm going to create my scanner to catch the input. So let's have, it's going to be an integer, and we'll just call it user number. And it is equal to a user input dot next int. Okay, so we've got our array now, and we've got a scanner so that the user can input the number that they are looking for. Okay, now there's a couple of things that I want to add in here. I want to add a variable, and I think I'm going to make it a boolean, and I think I'm just going to call it found, and I'm going to make it equal to false. Okay, so double O. So boolean data type, name found, and I'm making it equal to false. So I'm going to use this to keep track of whether I found my item or not that I'm searching for. So now I'm going to go into a for loop, because remember, for loops are the best type of loop to iterate or traverse through an array. I'm going to say for, and if I say int I is equal to 0, and we're going to do this while it is, well, I is less than numbers.length, and then we're going to count up the I, so I plus plus. Okay, then we're going to do our curly brackets, and this is the bit that's going to repeat. So in here I'm going to create an if statement. So if, and then I'm going to say user number is equal to numbers at position I and do the following. So the first thing I want to say is do a system out, and then just say let's have user number plus was found at position, and then here I'm going to put, and this is going to be in brackets because it's maths and we don't want to turn it into a string, so I plus 1. Now remember, the reason that we are putting I plus 1, sorry, I need a plus there. The reason that we are putting I plus 1 is because, remember, I starts at position 0, so if the user puts 23, you don't want them getting a result back of the user number was found or 23 was found at position 0, because that won't make sense to them. As programmers, we know that that's position 0, but we want it to be user friendly. Okay, then I'm just going to say found is equal to true. Okay, and don't forget your semicolon. So let's just recap this just quickly before we move on. So I've got my array set up here. Okay, let's change that to a square, probably looks better. And then I've got my for loop that's going to traverse through the array. Now within that for loop, I have an if statement that is going to check to see if at the position that I'm currently at, so if I'm at position 0, that means I is equal to 0. Right, so at that position, it's 23. If the user input is equal to that, we're going to print out that whatever the user input, it would be 23 in this case, was found in position I plus 1. Okay, just to make that a little bit more user friendly. And then we're going to change the found variable to true, because currently it is false. Then we're going to completely come out of the loop, and then I'm just going to write another if statement that just says if, and then I'm going to say found is equal to false. Remember, because this is a boolean, we can do this because it's not a string. Alright, so we don't need the dot equals method. Then just system out, and we can just put user number plus not found. Okay, so let's give this a run, see what happens. If we run it, what number are you looking for? Let's start off, we'll put number 11 in. You can see 11 was found at position 2. Okay, and then if I put a number that, run this again and put a number in that, a number in here that isn't in the list, let's go, I don't know, 567. You'll see it says 567 not found. Okay, so let's see, you can see here I've got 23 twice, so let's see how it handles that. So let's put in 23, and you can see because the loop doesn't stop, it tells me every position that 23 was found in. Okay, now there is a way to stop this loop if you just want to stop it as soon as you found it, and all you would need to do here is put break. Okay, so this break command just breaks the loop. It's not really commonly used because it's not really classed as particularly efficient programming, but sometimes you need it. So if I wanted to just check it once there, I could say 23, and you'd say it's found in position 1, which is really position 0, but we've changed it using this code here. Okay, but then it breaks the loop and we only get it once. All right, but I think I prefer it if it tells me every position it's in, so I'm going to take the break out. Okay, so this is how you would search an array. Okay, so have a look at it, type it out yourself, change it around, maybe try using it with strings, and instead of using the double equals, use the dot equal method for strings, and create some yourself and have a practice. If you get stuck, give me a shout. I'll see you in the next one, where I think we're going to look at doing a bubble sort in an array.